What's up, y'all? It's Daniel the Shoemmelier. In 2016, Josh Luber at StockX wrote an article asking if the price of Jordans were outpacing inflation. If you remember, at that time, general releases for Nike Air Jordans were raised to 170 US American dollars. What he had found out was that at no point in history had Jordans been as expensive as they were when they came out. And as with many sneaker lovers, yours truly included, still lamenting the high cost of current Jordans, I thought it might be fun to take an updated look here in 2024 at what Jordans cost when they first released, what they cost adjusted for inflation, and what they actually cost today, so that we can see if we really are paying too much for Jordans. For all this data, I used the Chicago Tribune, Sneaker Files, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics CPI inflation calculator. Let's break it down. Now for this video, I'm only going to focus on Jordans 1 through 15 because that takes us from the initial release in 1984 all the way to 1999. When we get into the 2000s, it just seems like a really nice place to stop. Plus that would take us a really long time to get all the way to the current Jordans. Also forgetting the fact that we hit a major pandemic, which will throw the numbers all over the place. But since the Jordan 1s through 15 seem to be the most popular among sneakerheads and sneaker enthusiasts, I thought, let's just focus on those 15 silhouettes. Also, this might move a little bit quickly, so feel free to pause. I didn't want this video to end up to be 30 or 45 minutes, which it still could. But as of right now, I'm not planning on it. In 1985, Nike released the Air Jordan 1, and it retailed for 65 US American dollars. Now, when we adjust that for inflation, the total comes out to $190.97. Now, right now, we are currently paying either $180 to $200 for what we consider a general release Air Jordan 1. So if it's $180, like the most recent Latte release, then we're paying, well, way better than what adjusted for inflation would be. However, if we're paying $200 or more for a special shoe or a collab, well, then we are paying more than what inflation would have us pay. The Air Jordan 2 was released in 1986, and the retail price shot up from 65 US American dollars to 100 US American dollars. And when you adjust that for inflation, it comes out to about $284.48. And right now, we pay $230 for a Jordan 2. So we're coming out on top. We're beating inflation as of today. The Jordan 3 comes out in 1988 and also retails for 100 US American dollars. Adjusting that for inflation, you get $267.29. Right now, the most recent Jordan 3 general releases go for about $200. So again, a win. The Jordan 4 came out in 1989, retailing for 100 US American dollars. With inflation, you'd be paying $258.28. Right now, the oxidized green is the most recent general release Air Jordan 4, and that retailed for $215. The Jordan 5 came out in 1990, retailing for 125 US American dollars. That's an increase of $25 from the previous year. That would retail today for $306.71. That's right, we would cross the $300 mark for a Jordan 5. However, the most recent Jordan 5 retailed for 210 US American dollars. We get to the Jordan 6 in 1991, still at 125 US American dollars. Inflation will put it at $291.24. The most recent Jordan 6 went for $200. The Jordan 7 came out in 1992, still sticking at that 125 US American dollar price point. With inflation, we'd be paying $283.25. But again, the most recent release puts us at $200. So far, we're doing pretty good. 1993 saw the Air Jordan 8 release, and the price shot up again, this time to 140 US American dollars. With inflation, that would put us over 300 again at $307.27. However, the most recent Jordan 8 retails for $210, so we're almost saving $100 from the adjusted for inflation price point. We drop back down to $125 for the Air Jordan 9, which also released in 1993. The 8 released in February, the 9 released in November. That puts us at $269.26 adjusted for inflation. But today, we're only paying $210 for an Air Jordan 9. The Air Jordan 10 sticks at that $125 price point. Adjusted for inflation, we're at $217.03. And the most recent general release that I can find came out in 2019, and that retailed for 190 US American dollars. So far so good. The Air Jordan 11, released in 1995, still retailing for 125 US American dollars. With inflation, we go up to $255.59. The most recent retailed at $230. While still a lot of money, we're still under inflation for the year 2024. The Air Jordan 12, releasing in 1996, shot back up to $140 retail. When you adjust that for inflation, you get $277.24. The most recent Air Jordan 12 retailed for $200. We get to the 13, which released in 1997. That price goes up $10 to 150 US American dollars. And when you adjust that for inflation, you get $291.70, almost twice as much. But this time, we only pay $210 in the year 2024. The 14 stays at 150 US American dollars in 1998. Adjusted for inflation, we're at $287.26. But today, we only pay $210. And bringing it on home, the Air Jordan 15, released in 1999 and retailed for 150 US American dollars. When you adjust that for inflation, you're put at $220.88. Now, the most recent general release of the Air Jordan 15 that I could find was in 2017, and that retailed for $190. So, not as big of a savings, but still a saving when you adjust for inflation. Do I think Jordans are too expensive? Yeah. If we just forget about inflation and we forget about the cost of all that stuff, yeah, I think so. But if we really take a step back and we say, well, what were they costing when they first released? How did that adjust for inflation? We're actually doing pretty well when it comes to Jordans. This doesn't mean, Nike, that you can raise the prices. We have long passed a breaking point in shoe costs. But we got to give it up to you because for the most part, we're paying under inflation. So yes, what Josh Luber at StockX found out almost 10 years ago, you paid more for shoes when they came out initially than we do today. Anyway, what do you think about all this? Put it in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. So to all of you out there, wherever you are, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and just chill till the next episode.